It was the sudden appearance of a warp storm at the Kaurava system's outer edge that first caught the attention of the Imperium, and not just the Imperium. After hundreds of years under the neglectful watch of the Imperial Guard, nearly every force in the galaxy would descend upon the planet of Kaurava, bent only on domination and victory. 3 races had long dwelled in there. The Imperial Guard, its supposed rulers, the Orc tribes of Kaurava II, which the Guard had never successfully put down, and the Necron, who had slept undisturbed for untold millennia beneath Kaurava III. Where the Chaos Marines came from, or how, none can say. Did the warp storm bring them, or did they bring the warp storm? Both appeared suddenly on Kaurava IV, and in an eye blink, half the system's Imperial forces were gone, killed or claimed by the madness of chaos. In quick succession, the others flocked to Kaurava. The Space Marines, the Imperium's super soldiers, descended on Kaurava II, planning to finally cleanse the system, both of the troublesome Orcs and the Chaos Marines, the sworn mortal enemies. The Tau appeared next, not far above, on one of the planet's moons. In the interests of protecting its ordered empire from the effects of human folly, the Tau came seeking to contain the warp storm, and in so doing, expand the territory's border. On their moon, they built a mighty fortress, and there forged a space cannon capable of interplanetary devastation. Among the wastes of Kaurava III, the Necrons, perhaps awakened by the disruptive forces of the warp storm, slowly massed their lethal legions. In quick response, webway gates, long unused, flickered to life, and Eldar poured forth, ready to battle their dark, death-dealing adversaries. Meanwhile, in the shadow of an ancient portal gate, the dark Eldar slipped stealthily out of the murky depths of the webway. They would be like carrion birds, flying above the battlefield, and when all were weary from the fight, make the battlefield into a feasting ground. Last to arrive, and perhaps most to be feared, were the Sisters of Battle, holy maidens and bearers of the God Emperor's faith. They had come to cleanse the system of corruption and filth. Their faith left them fanatical, unafraid of death and solace in their cause. Nothing here was clean. All must be purged. Now, war rages anew, and only the victorious may write their history. Only the victorious will claim the planets of Kaurava.
Welcome to the single-player campaign of Dawn of war-Soulstorm. These tutorial windows will guide you through the first 2 turns of play and introduce key features of the Dawn of War campaign mode. Your goal is to conquer all 4 planets of the Kaurava system. Each planet is made up of multiple territories which you will conquer one at a time. The campaign map is your primary interface for directing your troops' strategic moves. Individual battles are fought on the smaller-scaled battle map. This province is your stronghold or home territory. It is from here that you are launching your conquest of the Kaurava system. If your stronghold is ever conquered, you will be pushed out of the planetary system and lose the campaign. Since this is the first turn, this is the only territory you currently control. The enemy factions each have their own strongholds, identified by banners on the campaign map. To win the campaign and make the entire Kaurava system yours, you must conquer all 8 enemy strongholds. The icon of your commander indicates the current position of your main army. You can only attack a destination that can be reached from the province where your army is, so its position on the map defines your options. The enemy factions each have armies of their own, and also can only attack adjacent territories. Some of your enemies may have powers that allow them to move in different ways, so be wary. These arrows show you where your army can move or attack this turn. Red arrows indicate attacks into enemy provinces. Green arrows indicate moves into friendly provinces. Since this is your first turn, and you only control your stronghold, you must attack an enemy territory. To move to or attack, left-click to select that province, and then click on the Attack or Move button in the right panel. Begin by attacking... This screen shows you the forces you are leading into an attack and allows you to return to the campaign map if you decide you don't want to attack yet. Since this is your first attack, most options aren't yet available. When you're ready to attack, just click on the Attack button. This will load the actual battle where you will face enemies in a game of Dawn of War.
Game loading has started. The game started.
As you conquer more and more provinces, you'll be awarded pieces of special equipment for your commander. This equipment is called war gear. You will never be awarded a specific piece of war gear. Instead, for each award, you get to choose one piece from the list on this screen. Note that you may have to get some pieces of war gear to unlock other, more powerful versions. Congratulations, you have conquered your first province. This victory has given you several rewards, including a piece of war gear. Every territory yields a certain amount of planetary requisition per turn. Additionally, many territories provide special bonuses such as honor guard units. Look for bonuses in the right-hand panel when you select a province. The honor guard are special units that can be trained to accompany your commander in battle. Purchase honor guard units from the commander or the attack screen. Take note that if you lose a territory that provided you with an honor guard unit, you will lose the ability to purchase that unit. Other provinces will grant small resource bonuses for battles, or contain ancient gates that allow travel between the planets. This is the territory you've just conquered. Notice that it has changed to your color and that your army is on it. Whenever you conquer a province, your army moves there. You can only move or attack once per turn, so your turn is effectively over. Next turn, new provinces will be open to attack. When you are ready to let the enemy factions act, click on the End Turn button. Each of the enemy factions will now act in turn. Like you, they each have their own strongholds and armies. They will each move their armies or attack and reinforce their territories in turn. Pay attention to where your enemy's armies are. Armies will reinforce nearby friendly provinces under attack, bolstering the defense with additional troops.
I will have someone dead for this!
It is now your turn to act again. You'll notice that you have gained planetary requisition from the provinces you control. Each province produces planetary requisition every turn. To garner your full allotment of requisition, you must maintain supply lines. This means that all territories must be part of a chain of territories that you possess, tracing back to your stronghold. Use planetary requisition to reinforce your provinces by stationing troops and buildings there and to train honor guard units. To reinforce a province, simply left-click on a province you own, and then click on the Reinforce button in the right-hand panel. This screen allows you to garrison troops and buildings in a territory. These purchases will be ready when you fight to defend this province from enemy attacks. Stationing troops and building buildings in a province costs you planetary requisition. The available units are on the panel. Use the arrows at the top to move between different options. Later you can recall these troops if the province is no longer at risk. Recalling a unit will give you back half the planetary requisition you spent to station it in the first place. Be careful. All your purchases will be final once you accept the changes on this screen.